What's up? So, I know you've seen the title, Surviving DR. But as you can see, these are not incidents that have happened in the Dominican Republic. No, all of those were incidents that happened right here in the United States. So I'm pretty sure you see where this is going. You have murders that happen everywhere. You have death that happens everywhere. You have people dying right here for the craziest of reasons, craziest of ways. You are at risk when you walk out your door, no matter what city you're in, but some cities more so than others. You got people that are killing people in movie theaters, in their workplace, in colleges. You can die anywhere. So now, I just got back from the Dominican Republic. And when I say I had a remarkable time on my honeymoon, I had a remarkable time on my honeymoon. There was no eerie feeling. There was no craziness going on. I mean, I really think that there seems to be some type of conspiracy going on where, the thing is, I'm not going to say conspiracy. The thing is, social media, when it highlights or enhances something, it makes it seem like it's the first time it has ever happened, which is so far from the truth. If you look at the statistics, people, it's still on average of the number of people who die abroad every year. In 2016, you had 12 or 13 people who died while traveling out of the United States and in the Dominican Republic. 2.7 million people vacation in the Dominican Republic a year. If 12 of them die, now don't get me wrong, you don't want anyone to die. And I so feel empathize with the families that are involved with the people who have died. So I take nothing away from that. But your chances of really dying over in the Dominican Republic is about the same chances you almost have of winning the lottery. But all right, now speaking of conspiracy, because I know everyone loves a good conspiracy theory, this is what I have to say about that. Because I spoke with a representative from another resort there in Punta Cana, and I brought up the subject of what's been going on and what he thought about the deaths in DR and has it affect travel there and all that kind of stuff. And this is what he had to say. Like I said before, 2.7 million Americans visit there a year. And he said Americans primarily and other places travel basically is their main source of income there in the Dominican Republic. So to purposefully cause Americans deaf and to be afraid to come there would be asinine. They're going to do all they can to make Americans feel safe and secure there at their resorts, because that is how they make their money. And he said that, like I've been saying, people die and are murdered everywhere daily. So to think that there will be an exception in the Dominican Republic is crazy also. And another thing, some people, maybe not the ones that have died in their rooms and everything, but there's some deaths that people put themselves in the wrong environment. You can't go to a country that's not yours, you're not familiar with, and think you can just move about as you want. There is no privileges for you over there like that. You know what I'm saying? You stay at the resort and do that type of stuff. Make sure you're secure. You have to be smart about what you're doing. And he also said, speaking on the incident where the lady reported that one of the workers there was the one who attacked her. Now, he said it could happen. I mean, no putting anything past anyone. But those people that work at these resorts, that job is so hard to come by for them. It's a poor economy. And when you get a job like that, where you're getting tips from Americans, you're getting paid well at the resort, you're not going to be too fast to do anything crazy to ruin that. Because, and then for two, the punishment if found out that you have did this to an American or something like that is very, very harsh over there. So to risk that is just crazy. And then this is the main conspiracy part. If you can remember, if you're old enough, maybe 15, 20 years ago, Jamaica was the hot spot. You've seen all the commercials about come to visit Jamaica, man, beautiful sand beaches, Sandals Resort, Montego Bay. It was all talk about Jamaica. But now, about 5 years ago or more, they started talking about all the crime happening in Jamaica, people being robbed, people being attacked, and all that kind of stuff. And it has, unless you just already know that Jamaica is still a beautiful place and none of that stuff's going on, people aren't, it's not as big of a destination as some of these other places. But DR now has been on fire the last 5-10 years. Everybody talking about want to visit DR. Everybody's like, go visit. Oh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. And now everybody got their hand out. Who don't want a part of all this tourism? I'm sure our American government wants a part of it too. Whether they are purposefully highlighting all these deaths to make it because they weren't able to get their hand in like they want to, I don't know. That's why I say it's a conspiracy. But if you know, like I know, some of that makes sense because they don't make dollars. They don't make sense. Like I said, you got to be careful no matter what you do, no matter where you go. Be mindful of your situation, your surroundings and everything. Enjoy yourself, but don't go doing things that's so beyond the norm that you put yourself at risk. For instance, when you drink at home, here in the U.S. or wherever you're from, if you buy your own liquor and you buy a bottle of vodka or whatever, unless you're just a true alcoholic, you probably don't sit there and drink that one bottle of alcohol in a day. Or when you go out, you don't order 10 drinks and just get tore up like that, and because it costs you. So what I say that to say this: when you travel to these all-inclusive resorts, drink as if you are paying for the drinks, so that you won't send your body into shock by over drinking. When I was at the resort, I seen people start their day at breakfast ordering a Coke and rum or whatever, drinking from beginning to end of the day. And you go to the pool in that hot weather and all you have drank is alcohol. You going up to the swim up bar and all you're ordering is alcohol. Come on. What do you think is going to happen with your body if you go send it into shock with all this alcohol? You're going to be dehydrated. All of that causes the things that people are dying from. I'm not saying that is exactly what they did because we haven't waited to see the exact results of what's going on now. The toxicology thing, when they say the toxicology machine is broken, that's some iffy shit. But like I said, if these tests come back, I think it's more going on than what we are hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's not nothing like that going on. Don't get me wrong. When you go in this place and you go to the mini bar, even if you heard this thing, everything that's going on, be cautious. Me personally, I didn't drink anything from the mini bar, but it wasn't because I thought I was going to die. It was because I didn't recognize none of that liquor. I don't know the name of none of this shit. I don't know where it come from, who manufactured it, whether it has ethanol or methanol in it. You got to know. Another thing you must know, when you go on these all-inclusive resorts, that is not top shelf liquor they are serving you. Not at all. So you're going to drink it in abundance knowing that it's some Babbage ass liquor, then you trip it. Drink it, get a little buzz, whatever. Matter of fact, the best thing to do is probably to buy, when you come into the airport, they have a duty-free alcohol right there. Get something that you used to drink. Get you a bottle of Ciroc for $32. Get you something and take it with you to, that's what you drink in a room. Sure enough, when you go to the bar, you might grab a drink or something like that. But if you really gonna try to, what your favorite drink is, man, buy that little $30. They got some new stuff that I meant to bring here to show y'all, but it's called Bear Hug. It's some infused alcohol. They have cranberry, wild berry, papaya, mango. I tasted the mango. It was delicious. We bought the cranberry. When I say you can just sip that without, it's vodka. When you can sip that without mixing it with anything, it was delicious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big drinker, but that was good. Like me and my wife, yeah, that liquor worked just fine. We mixed it with a few things and everything. And I'm just giving some advice if you do travel to the Dominican Republic. Do this. This is another thing. If you're going to drink at the bars and all that kind of stuff, order things that they are known for or that they pride themselves in, like rum. Dominican Republic, their rum is it's not going to be tainted. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that they make right there in their country, you're going to be good with. Or drink the beer, the Presidente. If you like Dos Equis, the Presidentes work just fine. That is called Dominican water. That's what they call it over there. The Presidente is Dominican water. Or order wine. Drink wine coming straight from the bottle over there. You can't go wrong with those three things. I promise you, you can probably drink as much as each one of those as you want, and you won't die. That and some marijuana. That's another thing that they pride themselves in. It's like rum, wine, and mixed up. Hey, I took several shots of marijuana, and what it's made for is, like I said, there are other alternatives. I feel like a lot of the people that's sitting there complaining and talking about, oh yeah, y'all want to go DR, y'all gonna die, y'all gonna die. I bet 80% of those people saying that do not or have planned to get a passport. Not finna go traveling no damn where anyway. So if you're gonna listen to those people, then you're crazy. I'm just saying, quote me on this. Don't be so afraid to die that you forget to live.